Hi there, Selective Collective. This is Kim, here to give you a message tonight. So, it's a beautiful, beautiful night. I bet the moon still looks kind of full. So, yeah, okay, I've opened up to Spirit. I've opened up to our beautiful angels for messages, right? And they're reminding me about something that I observed. We have, it's a simple story. It's just about a broom. It's just about a broom, but it opened up a lot of information for me, this broom. We have this broom here. It's like I live with another person, right? And we have this broom we share. Okay, it was split in half and was kind of a pain to use or to work with, but this particular person he's very doesn't want to waste anything, and I also understand that, but at the same time I had it in my head that I was going to buy a new broom soon if I could, because I didn't like using such a short. But anyway, okay, this person is like a creature of habit, just like all of us, and got very used to using the broom with half the length, right? So when I buy a new broom, which was recently, and I put it up next to the half size broom, I'm like, you might want to use the new one. It's for one thing, it's not going to hurt your back. You're not going to be leaning over trying to sweep like looking like a peasant sweeping, you don't have to do that. Here we go, new broom. And then I thought to myself, this person's not going to use this broom. This person is going to go back to the half length broom, which is more difficult and hurts the back, because at this point they've gotten used to it. And it just came to me as a big metaphor in life that we have so much ability. We have a wide range of divine tools that we can tap into that sometimes we don't use, simply because we got used to doing it a certain way, even though the way we got used to doing something was actually pretty ineffective compared to what our divine self can do. So there's something here about learning your divine skills again. Okay, so in a way it is remembrance, but they're saying that a lot of you all are going to have to learn how to use your new tools, because the goal is to create the world very different than what we're living in right now. Something completely different. Something that puts you more in the magician energy than caught in a web of predictive programming. There's always going to be some sort of matrix, but the goal is to make this so that you're in the divine matrix, okay? Not somebody else's manipulation, right? And it's almost like that short broom. Like, we got so used to doing things the hard way, or not to our fullest potential, that now that we're given these tools, some of us are still suffering in samsara, cycles of suffering. Some of us are still maybe aware of patterns and behaviors and things that need to change or that have changed. We're aware of these things, but we're also aware that we're still very much so here as everything is shifting. So we're kind of, it's like we're witnessing everything. We're witnessing our own evolution right now. And so I guess the main point is of them saying this is that the new broom is available to you. The new spiritual gifts, the new abilities are here. But you are going to have to figure out, how do I drop all limitations that society has put on myself through belief systems, anything that stops me from being a divine being, to my fullest potential, to my divine 12-strand DNA blueprint, which would allow for greater ease of healing your body, of having many spiritual gifts and abilities, having things like telepathy that work pretty freaking quick without the need of a phone. There's so many things that people can tap into and that have access to right now. And either it's getting used kind of, sort of, but there's still a feeling of this. Yeah, there's still a feeling of this energy here, the rotation, where there's things that are going to be, it's like being forged in fire. You know, when you're cleaning up a barbecue grill and you still have little pieces, before you use it, you have to fire it up really hot and everything else gets burned out. So people are going through a lot of their own phoenix rising moments right now, and there is going to have to be a point where we say, am I going to use their tools or am I going to use my spiritual tools? Because right now, if you haven't noticed, the systems aren't really working very well. And they're in such a state of change that it would be best to rely on your own gifts and abilities and tools that you have, more so than anything else before. Because the broom is broke and it's not coming back together. It will be a new broom. The broom is too broken. And why some people keep using the broom, I don't know. Why they keep using a system that's not working. Why do we have our urges, our instincts, but not use them? Well, that's changing. Because you have Pluto, you have antimony, and so right off the bat, I can say that you are separate from the pack. Okay, you're showing up to this reading, then you are somebody who's going to listen to your instincts, and you are somebody who is probably, I would even say, maybe in a wilderness period or an isolation period, have noticed a lot of gifts or abilities. Somebody might be seeing actual orbs, because that's the first time I've noticed orbs in that on that card. It's the first time. I don't know why it's the first time I've noticed those orbs, but it's giving lone wolf who has new awareness of your abilities. This looks like the Matrix here with the Pluto. You see that if the Matrix could represent this spider's web, it's like half of it's gone already. Like half a broom is there. and it's going to be our job to build. In a way, you came here for an intense transformation. You came here to see things go through a death and rebirth cycle, as well as experience it firsthand for yourself. In this lifetime, you've learned about transcendence and the possibility of even having that. So, feel like the collective is on their way to transcending these cycles, to let me get an animal spirit for this. Intense transformations. And then we'll take a look at the tools. So maybe your, abilities here. See, right now they're just showing me that, just like the broom, there's still two brooms side by side. I didn't throw out the other one because I kind of know this person's personalities to hold on to and to keep using whatever it is. So they're still side by side. They're still next to each other. Right now they're saying that that's a good metaphor for what's going on right now with the world. That there is something that is coming down. You can obviously see it's very broken, but other people are still using it. Other people are still even falling into the trap of, you know, let's get everybody against each other mad. Let's go ahead and try to get fear back into the scene. It's like every kind of playbook story you could think is being used at this time, with one after another, with things being debunked like left and right, and so many things being false. So it's up to you to build what is true here. What is true. What is authentic. So much fakery just to keep people in power, you know, for thousands of years. And it is about power. Definitely is. You have a powerful divine masculine energy. The elk, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy here too. It is representing divine masculine though, even though those are earth signs are feminine signs. So I say that because of the sun that's on the card. The elk is about, doesn't this look like looks like a stag? To me it says lead the way. Having responsibilities, but being able to take care. I mean, this person takes care of themselves and others, and they're responsible about it. It might be in a very different way. This is like a father figure, as far as like the guidebook will say it's kind of like a father figure. But with the horns, you know, it represents integrity, and then also being looked up to at this time. See all the experience with all of the points on the horns? For me, that like represents the years and years of experience, maybe the you know, other lifetimes of experience too, that's prepared you for one such as this. Leader of the pack. I just said leader of the pack again. Oh, wow. Yeah, they're really saying it's going to be time for action here. I have picked up on that energy of action coming, right? This is action from your heart space. So we have very strong, the king or the emperor vibes. Both of these cards, very similar cards. Taking action, asserting yourself, but they're telling me you're going to be using gifts. When you breathe into your heart space, you connect into your heart space. When you consciously are allowing source energy into your heart space, you will find gifts and abilities there to be used. So this is going to be made when you connect this to what's going on with your thinking at this time. So this has everything to do with some sort of next action that's going to be taken. And this is a reading that says, you know, you're being prepared for action. You will clear out or shed light on the darkest places of your heart. Sometimes man doesn't want to hear about the places in their heart that are dark, but I assure you, all of us have it. We all have places in our heart that need lit up. It's like your heart is going to be explaining some things to you. Maybe telling you how it is. And then they're saying you take action, and you take action from that spot. So who is the king? The king is meant to rule over all of the other kings, right? This is like the emperor energy. Confident. You know what? Let me take another look at the elk here real quick. Just go. This tiny book. It's so tiny. Oh goodness. But I feel like there might be something else here. Stable, resilient, headstrong. The father. Supportive, kind, and consistent. The great elk represents the earth element in its masculine form, providing the underlying support and stability against many life changes. An elk personality, whether male or female, is fully established in themselves and knows their core values, knows their heart, and knows the darkness in the heart. They became known and respected for acting in ways that uphold those values. Sometimes the elk's ego can become inflated, but for the most part, they make good fathers, mothers, lovers, and friends. The world needs more elk energy. The maiden. So the archetype trifecta, feminine trifecta, is the maiden, the mother, the crone. And the maiden is talking about, to me, whether you're a female or a male, you can still relate to this, because it's like when you're, when you're young and you're learning something completely brand new. In this case, it's an adventure of you remembering. It's going to be, it will feel magical and even make things appear magical in your life, because it's this, the enchanted forest here that you're going in, right? So saying you're right at the threshold, you're right at the gate, you're about to have a new experience and even have a new reality. It's going to feel like nerves. Okay. I'm getting like, it can feel like your nerves are being agitated. Like you're like, oh, no. I kind of want to do this because I don't know what's in here, because there's creepy crawlies. I kind of want to explore the heart, even if there's something dark to explore also. It's still going to lead you there. This is how you get in through this new gateway, through this initiation, is that you power through all of the easy, light, and difficult and hard things at this time. You have the starborn, so I can definitely see there's an activation going on, like an activation within your, I want to say destiny, in your frequency, but it's tied to your destiny, tied to the reason you're here. You are here to experience this profound shift where you're going to be guiding others through your separate from the pack or separate from the herd mentality that ends up being stable during a time of great entropy for all other systems going on right now. You will be helping others jump into the threshold or get themselves to the gate where they can decide for themselves if it's time to look and be guided from the heart. It can be overwhelmingly exciting jumping into this new reality, and it can be a bit terrifying because of what we know we must go through to get there. Hecate is coming through, but she's coming through with a message of, if you find yourself in the underworld energy trying to get to like the light, right? Then just imagine somebody like that, like a guide that has this lantern that they're guiding you to this next place. They're guiding you. You're being guided through it. It is your initiation. Very strong action energy coming through here. Tell me more about this. Explore. Ooh, yeah. Explore. Explore the cave of your heart. Explore your heart. its depths are you do not know of yet. You haven't been to everything. You haven't seen everything. You haven't experienced everything. And there's so much more. And trusting in this mystery too. Also, Akashic Records. Memories of the heart. Memories of the answer to this mystery or this riddle. Memories of it. Like you have memories of it, of what you're what you're destined to do, what next actions to take, how to use your gifts and abilities. It can be found in your heart. That's the portal, you all. That's the portal. The Lamb. Remember who you are to begin with. You are the innocent, divine being, the soul. This is the body having an experience. Do not judge yourself too hard here or beat yourself up, especially when we were running on predictive programmings, when we were massively, we're just now stepping out, but some of us more so than others, but mass manipulation for how you thought, how you acted, how you dressed, how you spent your money, everything, absolutely everything. Controlled or manipulated in some way. And now that that's really breaking and people aren't becoming as reliant on some of these things, the patterns are breaking. The habits are breaking. The awareness is growing. Oh, this is who I really am. I'm not my story. I'm not the name that you call me. I'm the starborn. I'm the divine one. You are the Lamb. You are the one that is here because of prophecy. That's what that means. I'm going to get one from this crazy Martian deck. I love it, though. I love the color green here on the side. And then we'll take a look in the gifts or abilities. Alpha Centurions. Like I said, you're planned, you're already, this is planned. This is divinely planned. You are already prepped, prepared. You've probably been forged in the fire. You know what this feeling is about, right? You do have the foresight, though, to see what's going to happen, they say. Just like this Alpha Centurion. Foresight, planning, and strategy. Foresight, planning, and strategy. Very watery energy here, too. Again. War of Hearts. A War of Hearts. So this is like the divided, it's kind of representing what is divided or things being divided. Conflict, right? Drama. Conflict of interest too. But when I pulled it, they said it's a war for the hearts. Okay? So I don't think anything can actually take your soul, you know? I don't believe that. I don't believe anything can take your soul. It is part of Source God Creator. You are a divine child and think you're always protected. But I definitely think that there is another energy that's been here for a very long time. They require this give and take model that's completely off balance. Your creator, source God energy, does not require you to give anything to it. It doesn't need anything from us. We are the divine children. We are always taken care of, and we always have access to everything Source God Creator does. But that does not stop people from playing out a playbook drama on Earth to fight for in the war for your hearts. Okay? So now they're really wanting to point that out. You also have the star seed card on the bottom. I'll take it for you. I just put it here because the starborn, the star seed, alpha draconians, corrupt, unethical, and cult-like, or cults. Yeah, well, I mean, that's when the we're just going to organize things. We're just going to manipulate things because we want to have control. It's for everybody's highest good, right? But then we got so powerful that you couldn't help but being corrupted from the power from within. Seeking to control. Seeking to have you believe that you have to have somebody that is a go-between you and your loving family that created you. But you don't have to. So we're seeing big changes in those things. And you can probably feel these things happening right now on a very strong level, like feeling, clairsentience, clear feeling. That's probably why people have been telling me that their nervous system or a certain chakra area has gotten them sick or not feeling well, because there might be a surge of all of this coming, right? And there are still cycles of samsara here going on that you would be picking up on because we're all connected. Indigo child, it does say born between 1978 to 1988. Gamma generation. This is just a certain wave of indigo children, but I think they started like around the 50s, and I don't think the timing is quite so linear as these have separated like that. I don't think it is like that, but so you all are probably star seeds or indigo children. Claircognizance is a clear knowing. This would be you just knowing who you are, right? Knowing that you are definitely not from here. You're from somewhere where your whole being is carrying a frequency that's needed here for the divine plan to change things, because the energy is shifting, so that the powers are shifting. But you always would know deep down, not knowing how you know, that you were different, that you had a purpose, that it's usually much bigger than what you know right now. Like it's going right on top of it. Indigo child, 1958 to 1968. So somebody just really needs to hear their birth years here, or know that a mother or a father too was an indigo. I don't want to force it if it wants to come out. Okay. Yeah, somebody just might need confirmation. Facebook confirmation. It does say for someone, it says spiritual posts and activities. Could be any kind of platform, Sadducee talk radio platform, or a podcast here. Spiritual affairs. Ascension number 6, chemical ether, light quota in body is 33%. He's talking about us allowing more light in, but it's the chemical ethers, how things get alchemized in the body. I would pay attention to what is affecting my frequency throughout the day, maybe by what we're consuming. And it can be what we're consuming through our emotional body too, not just our physical body, right? Consumption being looked at in all areas of our life, and checking and maybe clearing or balancing things. Chakra healer, clearing and balancing. I have a card that says camping on it, so it might be saying go camping. Youth director, spiritual support, educate, lead by example, or volunteer. If you're in the U.S., for some reason, we have like these tick things happening where people are finding boxes of ticks. So be extremely careful about those horrible bugs when you're out. Life path number 8, the financier, ruling planet Saturn. So this might mean that Spirit is saying we're about to help you take action from your heart space, connecting the dollars with your dharma, because you're a starborn, a star seed, and you have a really strong meaning, purpose for being here. So something is going to help you with what you're trying to build and accumulate wealth in regards to wealth, whether that be to get you the money you need for a project, to help you live while you write your book. Different reasons that Spirit is saying they're going to come in, jump in, intervene, provide some sort of relief here, because they want you focused on what you're supposed to be doing, or your dharma, your destiny. And they're saying don't be intimidated, but there are definitely energies that are watching you. The men in black, stalking, intimidation, and confrontation. Yeah. Oh, I just pick up a lot on that. Anything from DNA to harassment, directed energy weapons, targeted individuals. The old storyline of ruin somebody's life, make them look crazy if they're saying that they're seeing something that's out there, but that they can't stop. Now the information's coming in so fast. I don't think they would be, whoever this group is or this energy is, I don't think they would be able to keep up with how many people are going to be talking about what they're witnessing and what they're seeing and the changes that they're having. You don't have to have some kind of DNA test to tell you you're the starseed, but I bet these people have access to information like that somehow. I'm sure they do. All right, let's pull an angel number and wrap up. 32 minutes. Goodness, it's been a little bit longer on here than I meant to. I am working on my private readings. Thank you all for the support with those. If you need one, information's in the description box below. They are pre-recorded videos. You get a private video link. And make sure you put in the notes section when you're checking out what you'd like to ask, if anything. If not, just put general and I'll just do general. Self, memories, and identity, starseed. Self, memories, and identity. 66 is coming out. Your guardian angel, nice, is teaching you the essence of unconditional love. You're encouraged to have faith that the universe will provide for you while you are manifesting your inner desires. I am positive. 999, thank the past for your lessons and leave it where it belongs so that you can make the best of a life that is still waiting to be fulfilled by only you. I am unique. All right, so I'm sending you a lot of love. Bye, guys.